Hi there, my name is Mr. Pete. I am a fourth grade teacher. I'm currently reading Despereaux by K.T. Camillo, and I'm about to start chapter 21, The Queen's Last Words. Despereaux has fallen into the Queen's soup, and we are about to find out what happens next. Let's not waste any time. Let's find out. The Queen loved soup. She loved soup more than anything in the world except for the Princess Pea and the King. And because the Queen loved it, soup was served in the castle for every banquet, every lunch, and every dinner. So if you look at the cover of the newest version of the book, you can see the banners with the soup bowls. Now you know why. And what soup it was! Cook's love and admiration for the Queen and her palate moved the broth that she concocted from the level of mere food to a high art. On this particular day, for this particular banquet, Cook had outdone herself. The soup was a masterwork, a delicate mingling of chicken, watercress, and garlic. Despereaux, as he surfaced from the bottom of the Queen's capacious bowl, could not help taking a few appreciative sips. Highlight capacious, and of course check the screen in front of you for what capacious means. Lovely, he said, distracted for a moment from the misery of his existence. Delightful. Remember, he was all upset about the term rat. He hated that term, but he fell into the bowl of soup. And now, the soup was so good that he forgot about that. See, shouted the pea. See, she stood. She pointed her finger right at Despereaux. It is a rat. I told you that it was a rat. He was hanging from the chandelier, and now he is in Mamma's soup. The musicians stopped playing their guitars. The jugglers stopped juggling. The noble people stopped eating. The Queen looked at Despereaux. Despereaux looked at the Queen. Reader, in the spirit of honesty, I must utter a difficult and unsavory truth. Rats are not beautiful creatures. They are not even cute. They are really rather nasty beasts, particularly if one happens to appear in your bowl of soup with pieces of watercress clinging to his whiskers. Okay, so I'm not trying to start a war here. I love rats. Actually, I've had a rat as a pet. I've had friends who have had rat pets. But if you compare them to mice, there really isn't any comparison. Now, that is an opinion, but I think in comparison, especially in this book, rats are ugly compared to mice. And now there is a rat in a bowl of soup that the Queen is eating, who loves soup. And now Princess Pea is pointing this out, and you can imagine what's about to happen. There was a long moment of silence, and then Despereaux said to the King, I beg your pardon. In response, the Queen flung her spoon in the air and made an incredible noise, a noise that was in no way worthy of a queen, a noise somewhere between the neigh of a horse and the squeal of a pig, a noise that sounded something like this. And then she said, There is a rat in my soup. The Queen was really a simple soul, and always her whole life had done nothing except state the overly obvious. She died as she lived. There is a rat in my soup, were the last words she uttered. She clutched her chest and fell over backward. Her royal chair hit the floor with a thump, and the banquet hall exploded. Hyperbole. Spoons were dropped, chairs were flung back. Save her, thundered the King. You must save her. All the King's men ran to try and rescue the Queen. Despereaux climbed out of the bowl of soup. He felt that, under the circumstances, it would be best if he left. As he crawled across the tablecloth, he remembered the words of the prisoner in the dungeon, his regret that he did not look back at his daughter as he left her. And so Despereaux turned. He looked back, and he saw that the princess was glaring at him. Her eyes were filled with disgust and anger. Go back to the dungeon, was what the look she gave him said. Go back into the darkness where you belong. This look, reader, broke Despereaux's heart. Do you think that rats do not have hearts? Wrong. All living things have a heart, and the heart of any living thing can be broken. If the rat had not looked over his shoulder, perhaps his heart would not have broken. And it is possible then that I would not have a story to tell. But reader, he did look. So, on the day that Despereaux was born, Rosciuro fell into the queen's soup, and she was so mortified, so scared by it, that she died. And of course, you know, what's Princess P going to think of Rosciuro at that moment? So Rosciuro's headed back to the darkness. Kind of think about what kind of mood he's going to be in. Think about what direction he's going to go. We talk about light, we talk about dark, and now he's just saying, I'm leaving the light. I'm heading back to the darkness. So what kind of rat is Rosciuro going to be? Chapter 22, he puts his heart together again. That's an interesting chapter. We shall find out how that happens, but on the next page. And hopefully after you like, subscribe, click that bell so you're notified when new videos come up. And of course, click any of the other screens for the playlist of Tale of Despereaux and for my latest video, which might be this video. We shall see. I don't know. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next page. Peace.